7 and welcome back to another video here on the channel. And yes, I was lazy and used one of the pictures that I made to advertise this collab on the channel to start off the beginning here, but it showed off all the families and I actually tried like resizing it and it just made things look really horrible to actually fit on the screen properly. So this is the route that I decided to take, but this is no longer the startup, obviously. This is the finale, so don't mind me there being lazy, but my thing is I'm actually really behind on getting this out. If you follow me over on Twitter, and for those of you who are in the collab specifically, I did address y'all in the group collab, I actually lost my internet for like 2 days and a half. It disappeared at some point while I was at work. I came home, it wasn't on. I woke up, it still wasn't on. The very next day I went to work, came back, it still wasn't on. Apparently a dump truck ran into a pole that was by my internet provider's like company pole that had like all their equipment and like had some of their equipment and stuff on it, and there was several people who did not have internet, and it actually came back sooner than they thought, but still it caused me to be really far behind on this. So this is me trying to not spend too long on some of these smaller details here and actually get this out as soon as possible. So this is probably going to be the 1st of September that this is appearing on instead of the 30th or 31st of August, which what I was going for. But, you know, my internet had to go out right towards the very end of August, right when I was doing this. I couldn't even go in on the gallery to get the houses because I didn't have internet, so I had to wait until my internet came back to even slightly start this collab. Okay, first, we have a build for you soon by PinkwaveGamer. So this is the lovely little home that Pinkwave has made for you soon, which was actually one of the smallest budgets that I had for any of the scenarios. It was scenario 5, definitely more of a simplistic build, and definitely more of like a starter home, which Yusun definitely needed because she had just lost her job and she was actually trying to become a freelance programmer. So, you know, she wasn't gonna have a whole lot of money, and what money she did have, she needed to try to save as much of it for the long haul. So, definitely looks like more of a starter home. It does have your necessities, but it's got some of the cheaper stuff. Got your cheaper folding tables, which we have a lot of folding tables at my house. Folding tables? I meant folding chairs at my house. But she does have her computer, which she really, really needs to become a freelance programmer, as well as her bedside. And her bed is close to her computer, so, you know, she can get up straight out of bed and be like, bam, working on the computer. But I also like the little divider, even though, like, it's like an art divider. It is artistic divider. But this is like a small simplistic build, but there's potential. Like once she starts going on her way in her career, she can do a whole lot with the space that she has. So it is very spacious, even though at the same time it is small. She has a lot of room to work with when she gets money. Also, I really like the color design, but here's the thing, red's my favorite color, so you put red in something and I'm automatically more likely to like it. Not gonna lie. But yeah, I like the fact that it actually is like, it's, the inside and the outside are blending together with like this porch and stuff. It's like very, I can't think of words, like flows and like connects each other and stuff. So definitely something different. I normally don't ever try to put like what I put on the outside on the inside, but the fact that is this supposed to be like concrete? Is that what that flooring and stuff supposed to be more like? Is it concrete? I think it's concrete or something along the lines. It definitely could be used for actually outside use and inside use. So, and the fact that this one little, where the bathroom is, this home is like is it modern? Is that what you'd call it? More geometric design. I am really bad at saying what type of houses things are. But yeah, you know, geometrical design and things like that, that the bathroom is, like, the home itself is an odd shape, but the bathroom sticks out, and she used different colors just on that wall. I'm going really slow around the outside of this building, but yeah. All in all, I really liked it. Definitely has room for potential, but for someone like Yusun, who really doesn't have a whole lot of money right now, it's got what she needs. It's a starter home. It's going somewhere, but it's not too like expensive. Now we also have another one for Yosun, which is by RecklessXsimmer, which this is the lovely little house that she made. Totally two different houses. That's what I like. This is some of the things that are interesting when these collabs, when people have similar things or maybe even the exact same thing, but the interpretation is different. Also, the little planter box outside the window, I'm assuming that is from Live Edit Objects. I definitely highly suggested Live Edit Objects. And I definitely seen a few here and there in these builds. I think that planter box on the window is... I haven't even still fully explored everything in that thing. Like, in the Live Edit Objects, so, you know. But also, the fact that most of them don't have... I don't think any of them have a cost. So you can use a lot of that stuff and get away with it when you're on a budget. But anyway, we go into the home, and... one thing they do have in common for Yosun is that it is more of an open plan, so your kitchen, your living room, and everything sort of all right there together. Now this one is a smaller home, but it has a few more furnishings. So either Yosun is going to pick the home that is a slightly bigger home, but less furnishings, or the slightly smaller home, but more furnishings. You know, she's got her choices there for her. We got a bathroom here, just a simple low bathroom. Yeah, you got a bathroom. But I like the little sitting areas outside the bathroom, and the fact that there's only one bathroom. If she has people over, you know, you can sit there. But then her bedroom is, it's still open, but it is a little bit more secluded. She's got her little area that, you know, she can work on her programming and stuff. Got the computer. Again, the computer is right there at the bed. She could wake up and get right onto that computer and get right onto her workspace. And then we have this little nice little cute outside area here. I like the use of the little birdhouse. That's adorable. That she can spend outside, but who knows, Yosun may not be spending a whole lot of time outside. She needs to be working on that computer to be trying to make a whole lot of money, so that, you know, even if she stays in whichever house she does choose, if she stays in one of them, you know, she still want to add some more stuff to it as she goes along, I would think. So, you know, need that money to actually go and improve it, add stuff and things. Definitely a very cutesy little house. It is on the smaller side, but again, it was a smaller budget, so, you know, there wasn't a whole lot to work with. Also, I forgot to mention, go check out PinkwaveGamer stuff down in the description below, as well as RecklessXsimmer's down below, because everyone who was in this collab will be down there. I forget these things. If you watch any of my videos, you've probably figured that out already. Also, that's another object that I was like, wait, Live Edit Objects, I'm pretty sure, but I still haven't experienced all of them, so I'm still finding some myself. But anyway, I really liked this build. I really thought it was cute and adorable. And now we're on to the next one, which was a different scenario, which was scenario 1 with the single mom. And this build is by Smurfette Sims. Immediately, I really liked the outside of this build. I liked the use of some of the objects and stuff that, you know, you could get away with using. And honestly, there's a few of the things that I was noticing more, like, after I'd passed them and I was actually getting ready to finish touring the build, or actually, like, going through the editing process. But I like this little walkway going up here. Really liked that. Like the uses. I like stonework like that, that's, like, divided. And use of the cracks to still make this house, even though it does look like a pretty nice house, it does give it the feel like, you know, it wasn't, like, the best house on the market, but she had to get what she could to afford so that she can have a house for her son and her to live in. I like this little this little area down here, the little living room. Also, it quite concerns me that these plants are in here. What does this mean? What? Smurfette, what does these plants in this house mean? But yeah, you got your simple little kitchen over here. Definitely, you know, on a budget. Can't have you super fancy smashing kids, but I like these love seats and stuff like that from Seasons, so I really like that living room space. Again, and it was purple. Purple's also another one of my favorite colors. So, you know, hey. Then we got your small little bathroom here, but it does the job. And I also like this. I would you call that a vent or something? I don't know what you call it, but that's actually a little detail that I've seen in, like, actual houses a lot, and I don't see them in sim houses. Again, what's up with the plants? But also eventually you'll see that it's actually outside too, so that was a good attention for detail. But then we have what is the mother's bedroom, which it looks like it's a very small bedroom. And obviously there's not a whole lot in there, but you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. But what I really liked was when you went in this room, which is obviously the kids' room, it does look like it's a little bit more nicer. Like, yeah, she paid attention. Like, she wanted to make sure that she paid attention to her son first, then her, which definitely, I think, fits this lovely little cutesy family. All in all, I really loved this build. Like, it was a really nice build for again, this was one of the smaller budgets also. Wasn't as small as Yusun's, but it still was a pretty small budget. I like the stone walls that are around the things. That is one of the live edit objects, I believe. I would assume so, otherwise I would think that would cost a whole lot of money. I'm also not sure if these were planters or what these are with the plants in them. So, there's things in these that I haven't seen before, but I really like the stone going around it. Really, really pretty. Really, really like it a whole lot. And it looks nice and almost, like, immediately when I see stuff like that, I automatically go to, like, fantasy theme. But it looks like, you know, the house has been there a while and stuff, and it still looks nice, but it also gives the feel that it's been there a while. And, like, this grass and stuff also makes it seem like it's been there a while. Like, it wasn't a house that people was necessarily jumping to buy. And I think I skipped by that little vent thing that was out there. Like, you could see it on both sides, and I was like, that's a good attention to detail. But yeah, it looks like, you know, it's been on the market for a while. It wasn't a bad house, but it wasn't, like, the most in-demand house. But she had to get what she could for her and her son. And that's also, that's one of the things that I was like, wait, I didn't notice that. That's gotta be another live edit object, or either it was from an update that I didn't pay attention to, that I didn't know that came from. So, something along those lines. As of the month of August, I've been a little out of touch with things, so it also could have been something along those lines. But yeah. And also, one of the things with this one is that I did say that she wanted a lot of yard space, and there is a lot of yard space, a lot of space for her son to go out and play. So I really, really like this build. I think it definitely fit for this lovely little family. I think she would be very, very happy to actually have this house, even though, obviously, it needs a little TLC, but over time, that TLC can be achieved. And now we're going to go on to the last one, which is going to be the family, which is scenario 6. And this is by SimCraft 81. And this family is a family of vampires, if you did not see the startup. So, some of the themes in this house, definitely very, very vampire. And very, very fitting for this family. Now, they had one of the biggest, if not the biggest, budget for this collab. And this house is still actually under their budget, so, you know, they still have some room to, like, go do whatever they wanted to, and I just, like, super speeded into the door here. But, going into this house, there's definitely a lot of, like, vampire themes. I also really liked the playing of, like, the floor coloring, so, like, using the same floor but giving it different colors. Hello, Vlad, how are you doing? And there is a lot of vampire touches, like the pictures of Vlad, and a lot of the furniture and, like, wallpapering and stuff like that from vampires. Honestly, right now, if you watch my Forgotten series, you know that Vlad is not in a very happy state, or at least you're going to. I don't know if those episodes actually have appeared or not yet, so I may have just... You don't know why Vlad's not happy! Shh! Anyway, I just come to the realization that those actually haven't showed up by this time. But anyway, yeah, I really, really like this grand entry room, and I really like that wallpaper, too. I've always liked that wallpaper, because, like, at certain angles, it looks like a solid wallpaper, and then when you catch it, you actually see the pattern. I always like that about it. I actually think it's really, really cool. But yeah, I love the grand entryway. Now we're in, like, the little kitchen bar area. I immediately paid attention to the drinks. They sort of stuck out. But I like how, like, the kitchen part of this room is sort of a little bit on the smaller side, but as vampires, they're really not going to be using it. So, But it's still there for if they ever have any other guests that are of the non-vampire variety. I also didn't realize that door was there from the outside when I probably should have. Again, I'm looking at the floor because it is a play of flooring and colorings. That was definitely different and interesting. I liked the floor work. And this kid, this cat from Live Edit Objects, I don't know if it's meant to be like a pet or if it was meant to be there as a funny or what, but it sort of startled me. I am not gonna lie, it caught me off guard and it sort of startled me and I was like, ah! You cat! But anyway, that room had 2 coffins in it and at first I was like, okay, vampire family, makes it. Yelling at the cat again. But whose room it was, I was like, 2 coffins? That would seem like the parents' room. So I would assume that his parents, also it was the more grand looking coffins. But I was still exploring around. There was many rooms to go around. So I was like, I still got some exploring to do. And I also stumbled across, not this. This is like a little entryway before a room. This room! Which has a vampire book on the floor. I don't know if that's meant to be there, if the sim that, I was using on this lot had wandered freely and grabbed that book. I'm not really quite sure. But yeah, this is a room that actually has a double bed. So my assumptions is either that's a guest room or the parents sort of have 2 rooms. Like their sleeping room, that's like their vampire slumber room, and then their non-vampire slumber room if they need a bed for anything else. It could just be a guest room though, so I don't... Either way, the parents sleep on that side of the house. But, you know, they got money. They can afford having multiple bedrooms if they want to as well. So, and there's been quite a few bathrooms and a startling cat. Then we go into this room and it's like a little game room. I would imagine that the kids would probably try to end up spending here. The parents will be out in the grand room with like their guests and their fancy wines or fancy plasma. And the kids are in there playing, or they're in their rooms, which this is the first of the kids' room. Looks to me to be the son's room because it's got some more of like the younger feels going on to it, and the slightly lower grade coffin, and then you got your slightly upgraded coffin with the color palettes that, to me, this looks more like the teenage daughter's room. And then the other room that I've already seen has the super grand coffins, which I'm imagining is the parents' room. You gotta work your way up to the nice, fancy, smashy coffins, kids. So, but yeah, I really liked this house. Definitely has very vampire feels, very, like, grand feels as well. This room right here, like, the entry room to... This is my favorite part. Like, this immediately, like, if you walked into this house as a guest, you would immediately be like, oh, wow, these people have money. Yes. Yes, they do. Like, that's the room that I really, really like. I also like the use of this statue out here, like, greeting you as you come in, like, oh, welcome into this. I also recently started watching Harry Potter movies, so I also am picturing the statue actually moving. This is what Realm of Magic coming has done to me. Anyway, but yeah, I really, really like this house. It was definitely very fitting for vampires who just ran into some inheritance. Nice, big house. A little on the darker side, but they're vampires. They don't really like the sunlight, so that makes sense. So, yeah. But, what vampire really wants the sun peeking in on them when they wake up out of their coffins? Not many. Well, some of my vampires actually don't care, but my Sims are weird. But anyway, I really, really liked all 4 of these. Definitely make sure you go check out all of them down in the description below. I think I forgot to say at the end of Smurfette's build to check Smurfette's stuff down in the description. But yeah, so check out Smurfette's stuff down in the description, as well as SimCraft's stuff. All other stuff will be down there below. There was going to be originally a 5th person, which is Brizzle, which has been in a lot of the recent collabs for me. But things happen. Time gets caught up on you, and with, like, a lot of people going back to school, whether it's, like, high school, college, whatever level of education you're at, a lot of people are going back around this time period. So I completely understand, and I have no problems when people join my collabs if life happens and they can't finish, or they can't finish at least by the time frame. I completely understand that, and I'm perfectly fine with that. But still, definitely go and check Brizzle's channel out as well. Go and check out all of the people who was in this collabs, of course, obviously, and give them some attention, love, all that goodiness stuff. I'm weird. It's also really late at night, so I should probably be in bed. But like I said, I gotta get, I need to work on it. I need to get this done because internet problems. Honestly, not having internet for like 2.5, almost 3 days, almost drove me insane because most of my stuff that I do, even as like going to bed wise, I need the internet. Like, I'm one of the rare people that does not like sleeping in complete darkness. I like having some light, and I also like having some noise. Therefore, my TV is my best option. But I fall asleep to YouTube and Netflix a lot. That's, like, usually my go-tos to try to fall asleep. And guess what? Both of those things require internet. So, yeah, it's been a crazy, hectic 2.5, almost 3 days. But hey, the video is here, and I hope that you have enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed everyone's lovely, amazing builds. I definitely know that I did. Keep an eye out for next month's collab. I know it is literally, well, as I'm recording this, it's like August 31st. Well, it started as August 31st. It is now technically September 1st at this point. And I haven't decided what I'm doing just yet. Definitely keep an eye out for it. I definitely hope to get it up before the 7th, especially since the 7th is actually my birthday. So I plan on, I don't know, I may not end up doing anything for my birthday, but, you know, I might try to do some things with my friends, so I want to try to get things done before the weekend, just in case. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Keep an eye out for future videos and future collabs. Go check out everyone's on the channels down in the description below. Cannot stress that enough, because these are amazing, amazing people, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!